Okay, well, welcome to class. We're going to continue today on our theme of lengthening or finding length in the body while we work our center. So, and all kind of little variations on that. And so we're going to start again on the roller because it's a great place to start and talk a little bit about that posture. We won't stay on the roller too long, but go ahead and lay down there and just get yourself situated, take a breath in, and then exhale. Just letting yourself get heavy here on the roller. It's always a nice thing to do. Really situate yourself. Big breath in, and exhale. Good, and one more time, breath in, and exhale. Great. So take your thumbs and just put them at the back of your head. And slide the skull up away a little bit, not forcefully, just a little slide away. Good. Pelvis is going to stay in its neutral position here. And we'll go ahead and just take the arms up to the sky. And we've been toying a little bit with the idea of what we do here. I want you to make without bending your elbows too much, let your shoulder blades get really heavy on that roller. And then you're going to inhale. Stretch them as high up to that sky as you can. Take a little extra moment here to stretch them upward, and then they'll come down again, just getting heavy on that roller while that skull keeps stretching away. Inhaling up, really working for that length. Exhaling, and as you go, you'll notice your head moves, and so you want to make sure you create that length when your shoulders come down. One more time, really reaching upward. And then back downward. Great. Leave the shoulders sitting on the roller and let your arms just fall backwards wherever they land. Maybe compare each side, maybe they're a little bit different. Right. Take a breath in while your hands are here. I want you to exhale, create some space by pulling your ribs down. So I'm going to exhale, try to pull my ribs together as I exhale. I haven't changed the position of my spine. I've just pulled those ribs in. Big inhale. Let them fill up, don't worry too much about the position, and then you're going to exhale. Ribs are going to pull their way down. Inhale again, and exhale. Ribs pull down. This time you're going to now take your arms up to the sky. You're going to reach your right arm up towards the ceiling over your head, the left arm in the opposite direction. I want you to stretch in both directions, letting your head turn away from the arm that's up, so towards the left here. And then you can add a little roll on that roller away. And then we'll bring both arms up to the ceiling, and we're going to go the other way. So arms going to fall upward and downward. I'm going to stretch long through that hand, and then let the roller roll a little bit away. And then I'll bring them both up again. And switch sides, reaching. Okay. And coming up. And the other side, one more time. Create that reach, let the roller roll a little bit. Really find as much space as you can from your hip to your fingertips on one side, and then the arm reaching away on the other. And carry them back up to the ceiling. We're just going to open out to the side. Here you can actually stretch those fingers away. And then relax the elbows down, kind of hugging that roller. And we're going to stretch the fingers sideways away. And then relax the elbows, let the shoulder blades come more in contact and stretch away again. And relaxing downward. Very nice. All right, so here, let's just take your legs to tabletop. Hands can come down by your sides. You're gonna again stretch the back of that neck long, finding some stability in your deep abdominals. Taking one leg straight up to the sky, the other one staying bent. And you're gonna just reach that leg away. You decide how far to go. You wanna stay contained and stable in your center, and then bring it back. You also wanna keep the leg straight. So I'm going to reach it, and I'm going to keep reaching it, stretch it away, keep my tummy pulling back opposite, and bring it back up. Reaching it away, stretching, coming back up, reaching away, and coming up, reaching away, coming up, one more time, reaching away, and bringing it back up. Nice job. Let's switch legs. Take the other leg straight up to the sky. Nice tight knee. Arms are light on the floor. Belly's dropping. Reach away. And bring it back up. Reach away. And bring it up. Reach away. And bring it up. And reach away. And bring it back up. Nice job. Bend those knees in, and we can lower the feet to the floor. Nice. We're gonna go ahead and come off the roller. Let's take it behind your shoulder blades for a moment. So hands behind your neck here, finding a place where it feels not too bad to have your shoulder blade on it. Your hips are gonna stay on the floor. I'm gonna have you just hold your head for a moment. And we're gonna slide the heels away from you. So stomach tight, slide the heels away. And as I do, I'm gonna let myself arch over the roller. And then I'm gonna slide myself back in. So heels sliding in, curling upward and inward, and sliding away. Opening up. That's it. You can decide how much to open. The head is very supported here. I'm going to slide myself back in. And exhaling away. Belly sinking. I'm stretching away, reaching over that roller. Yes. And pull it back in. Great. If you want to change position to get a little more, you can change the position, getting the roller a little lower. And then try it again, legs away, opening up, and slide it back. Everything really nice and slow motion, kind of like you're moving through mud, really stretching, or jello, that's a little more fun than mud, and bring it back in. Great, and relax, right. Here, if you like to do that little rolling out, you can lift your hips and give yourself a little extra rolling out of that upper back. Or you could just find a place that feels tight and hold it. That would work too. Great. Good. One more little roll. And then we're gonna set the hips down and move the roller away. You want to set it aside and grab your TheraBand instead. So here I'm going to have you put one foot in the band. I like to put it over the toes and the ball of the foot. If that's too much, you don't need to include the toes. If it doesn't stay for you, and then just cross it over one time. I'm going to take my arms over straight up to the sky. Thumbs pointed at my head or up past my head, if you would. Yeah, so here we're just going to start. We were working on this last time too. We're going to add on to it. We're going to start here this time with the arms reaching back and coming up. So pay attention to what happens when your arms reach back. Right, when my arms reach back, if I let everything go, my ribs are going to stick out, and I'm just going to end up arching my back off the floor. Right, I want to take my arms back without the ribs lifting up. So I want you to exhale, arms go back. Ribs come down to my body and then back up. So just those arms for the moment. Reaching away, ribs dropping. The back of the neck is long. Right, you knew that without me saying it. Reaching back, ribs down and up. And reaching back, ribs down and coming up. Great. So here we're going to try holding the arms where they are, lower the leg, and bring it back up. So lower the leg and bring it back up. Lowering that leg and bring it back up. And lower the leg and bring it back up. Great. And then we're going to add the two together, arms and leg, and bring it back up. So where should the length be? Length should be at the back of the head. It should be through that leg. My arms are reaching overhead, but I'm not pushing them so much that my shoulders come up to my ears, right? I want my shoulders relaxed on the floor, not creating tension at my neck. Great, one more like this. Great, we're gonna switch feet. And then we'll progress this in just a moment. But for the moment, let's do this on the other side, same thing. Other foot up, one foot down. We'll start with the arms all over again. Exhaling, the arms overhead. Inhale, bring them back. Exhaling. And inhaling. Check in with that rib cage again, the back of the neck, the rib cage. Inhaling, so very good, is dropping down as I exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale, holding there. The leg is going to go down, stretching, and come back up. Leg goes down. And bring it up. Great, pulling down. And bring it up. And pulling down, nice. Shoulders seated on the floor next to you. That back of the head is still long, stomach's tight. And back up, one more time. Down. And lifting up, beautiful. Let's switch feet once more, same positioning. Great. And then we're gonna take, place the foot on the ground. You can keep the band on it, place the foot on the ground. We're first gonna bridge our way up just to get that bridge warmed up. You're gonna exhale, roll through your coccyx scroll, press your hips upward, and then relaxing your way back downward. Great. Exhaling, hips rolling upward, shoulders are wide, neck is long, and reversing your way back downward. And exhaling, rolling upward. Inhaling, rolling downward. And exhale, rolling upward. Good. Inhale, rolling downward. Let's keep your hips in neutral and your back in neutral. You're going to press your hips up and sit them back down. So one piece, my back is in one piece, presses up, sits back down, presses up, sitting back down, pressing up, sitting down, and pressing up, and sitting down. Great. So take your leg that has the band on it back up to the sky. You're going to take your arms back up to also. Here, what we're going to do is as we press down with that leg, you're going to lift into that bridge. The leg stretches, arm stretch, and I'm going to sit myself back down. Exhale, stretch long, the back of the neck stretches should feel good. I feel like I'm connected and really strong, and sit myself back down. Pressing up, hips lift, stretch long. Inhale back. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, release. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, release. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, release. And exhale, stretch. Inhale, release. Nice. Let's switch sides. We'll take the other foot into the band. Bring your foot that was up, bent down beside you. Same thing on this side. Leg stretches to the sky, and here we go. Exhale, press, stretching. Inhale, back, seated. Exhale, lengthen. Hips come up level. Make sure you're getting up high enough to get level with your hips. Inhale, sit your hips down. Nice. Exhale, stretch it long, level those hips. Inhale, back down. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, down. And exhale, stretch. And inhale, down. Nice. Staying here, I'm going to have you lower the right leg down, the left leg stays up. Your arms are going to stay overhead-ish. You don't have to have them on the floor, but I'm going to keep some weight against that band with my arms overhead. If your shoulders don't like this, you can definitely modify. If you can maintain it, please do. The back of the neck is what's long. My arms are just weighting down towards the floor. My leg is going to make it circle. Hold that pelvis tight. Don't get too crazy with the circle, right? With your arms up like this, it's going to be a lot more challenging to stabilize. Right, stomach's tight. And creating that circle around. Right. Really controlling, right? As that leg goes up and getting pressure on each arm separately. Right, circling around, holding that pelvis tight. Coming across that body. And one more in this direction. Great, and then let's change directions of going back the way you came down, opening up. Great, and taking that leg across, circling, opening up. Great, take that leg across, circling, opening up. One more time, across, circling, and back up. Let's switch legs. So I'm just gonna uncross my arms a little, put the foot in, and then recross the arms, stretch the other leg down by the floor. Good, arms stay weighting down towards the floor overhead, shoulders in their sockets, ribs are controlled downward. And here I go, nice and controlled, sweeping that leg around. Yes. I feel like these leg circles are the way for our hips to tell us about what we've been doing on our legs for the past few days, or whenever the last time you did this, or each day, if you do this every day, right? So I find all the story of what I've done. Have I worked my glutes a lot? Have I worked my inner thighs a lot? Has everything gone sloppy, messy, loose? Let's switch directions. So really containing and seeing what your legs have to say. You can always come back and stretch those tight parts that you felt during this circle later on, right? So that's always a good key. If it's a lot of work to open up, you might need to stretch those inner thighs. If it's really tight when you come across, you might need to get that outer leg. And if it's really tight when you come up, that might just be those good old hamstrings kicking in. The last circle here. Great, and then hold there. Let's slide your other foot back into the band so you have both feet in there now. If you got really crumpled up, you might want to spread it out just so that you can feel more through your feet. And then you're going to keep it crossed, holding on. Let's take the elbows down by your sides. Now we're going to switch the focus just to the legs for a moment. And then here, I want you to take a good look at your knees. See which direction they're pointing. With your feet pulled together like this, they might be finding an interesting direction. What I want you to try and do is pull your heels together and then keep, with your heels together, keep turning your knees open as much as you can. Relax, let the knees do what they do without separating your heels. And then squeeze your heels together and see if you can turn your knees open. Right, release and turn. What are we doing? We're kind of screwing the hip into its socket, right? So here, heels together. I'm going to continue that and let the hip roll into its socket. Let my bottom get really heavy on the floor here. Keep that heavy feeling on the floor and release. Even when I release, I don't release that heavy feeling through my tail. And again, squeeze and rotate. Now let's add the feet. They're going to open. Now my feet come together. I relax. Squeeze the heels, rotate, turn those feet, let the hips sink into their sockets, pelvis heavy, and release, and rotate. So what does this have to do with length? Everything. We're creating more length in our spine if we can keep that tailbone down. So keep that tailbone down, see if you can find neutral spine. Yep, it's turning. I'm going to anchor that tail as I rotate open and release. So that's step one for so long. Turning, hold that turn, hold the strength of those legs. See if you can let them lower a little bit and come back. If you don't have room for lowering, don't worry, it's okay. You can always pull up more tension on the band. That will help you be able to lower the legs a little bit more without as much challenge on your center. And then bring them back up. So keeping that tailbone really heavy, making sure that low back does not lose its position and come back up. Stretch away. Think of stretching into that band and come back up. Exhale, stretch away. And come back up. Exhale, stretch, pull away. And come back up. 2 more. Stretch, 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 stretch. And back up. 1 more. Stretch. And come back up. Great. If your feet are squashed together, you can separate them a tiny bit inside the band. We're going to open the leg, pull down, squeeze, and up. You want to keep pressing that leg into the legs. Reach, circle down, together up. As long away from you as you can get. And up, open down, together up, open down, together up, open down. We're going to reverse the direction, going down, open, circle up, down, open, circle up, down, open, circle up, down, open, circle up. 1 more, down, open, and circle up. Nice job. Go ahead and bend those knees in. You're going to take them right into the frog, a little turned out here. I'm going to keep my hands where they are, bent elbows at my sides, shoulders pulling down my head long. This should be a nice little rest spot here. And we're going to press those legs out. See if you can keep them on the horizontal and then decide how far you can extend based on your spine. So I'm not quite getting to full legs here. Because if I do at this level, I'll lose the position of my spine. Right? So I'm going to just keep my shins pretty parallel, pushing them out and bring them back in. I should say parallel to the floor. They're turned out, pressing. That's it. And maybe you're getting a little further with each press. You're thinking of zipping up and bringing it back. So holding strong through your center and bring it back and creating length out my head to counter the length of my legs. If the longer I can make that head, the longer I can stretch those legs. Exhale, stretch my head opposite. Inhale, drop that belly, stretch. Inhale, 2 more. Drop, stretch. Inhale, feels so good. Drop, stretch. And inhale. Great. All right, so we're going to switch gears a bit. Take that band off your feet. We're going to take it behind your head now. This can go wrong if we're not careful. So I want you to this should feel good the whole time, not feel bad. Try and spread out the band behind your head. It's probably going to squash up. It might go over your ears. So if you ignore me, I'll know it's because the band, they're not because you don't like my exercises. Don't worry. You're going to bend your elbows to 90 degrees. Let's start with the feet down just to create a little more stability. What I'm doing with this band is I'm going to help myself find the length of my back of my skull. So my elbows are bent pretty much to 90 degrees. I'm going to exhale. Imagine that I'm trying to pull my head off my shoulders. We do this with our hands a lot. And then I'm going to exhale, close the rib cage, let my arms come with me. And I can head float if that's all that's good for your body. Or I can continue that motion, extending the arms in a diagonal forward. Inhale, reversing my way down. It's my spine that's doing it, not my head. Exhale, stretch my hands a little away. Exhale, ribs dropping down. I'm going to follow with my chest. Reverse my way back down. Great. Exhale, really focus on that rib cage, either floating the head or coming up. Good. On the way down, I'm still lengthening on the way down. And exhale. Try and really initiate from your rib cage and not from your neck itself. Up we go. Reversing. And exhaling up. Inhaling down. Exhaling up. Inhale, reverse. And exhaling up. And inhale, reverse. Okay, so take the band, and hopefully you got a sensation of that. We're going to put it underneath your shoulder blades. So I'm gonna take it pretty high up towards my armpits, underneath my shoulder blade. And I'm gonna take my fist up straight up to the sky. So I'm gonna exhale, press those shoulders up into the sky. And then release. So this is just our serratus press, right? Pushing up the shoulders and down. Now pay attention again to your neck. Make sure that your neck's not doing this work. This is really focus on those shoulder blades moving. They're going to move to the center of my back. They're going to move sideways as I punch. They're going to move center of my back. They're going to move sideways as I punch. They're going to move center of my back. They're going to move sideways as I punch. Great. Now here, if I keep punching up, sideways, punch, and I keep pushing, what happens? My ribs start to drop. So now keeping the band here, if you have it in you, you're going to keep that motion, connect those ribs, and now follow into a head float or into an upper ab and back down. Right? You can keep this here and still bend your elbows and bring your hands behind your neck to help you. So you're getting a little bit of both and slowly up. So if it's too hard on your neck, please stick your hands back there. If you're not supposed to roll up, just head float is fine, just to get that feeling. But the feeling comes from that punch up, ribs drop. I follow that action and back down. And last one. Following that action, imagine that sling still behind my head. This is where we need octopus arms, right, to get all these parts doing it at once. So here, let's take the band out. So that's stage 2. Stage 1, head long. Stage 2, shoulder blades engaged, ribs engaged. Stage 3, lats. Hands can go, band can go over your ankles. I still like to cross sit, and my legs are in tabletop. This one I think is the hardest to connect, but once you do, it helps a lot with all of this work of lengthening. So here, I want to exhale, press my arms down into the floor. And it's the one time where I'll tell you, yes, squeeze those shoulder blades, push into the floor if you can. We're pushing into the floor to find the activation on the back body. Then I'm going to circle the shoulders up, forward, up, and backward. As I stretch them backward, I'm going to reach my fingertips towards away from me, towards my feet as much as I can. And then I'll release, arms float up. All over again, circle those shoulders, press through those arms and reach the fingertips along. I'm on my back body, not in my front of my shoulders, right? Do that 2 more times. Circle, reach, press, long fingers. And circle, reach, press, long fingers. Great. So here I'm going to have you take your band and let's place it over your feet instead of just your shins. Maybe cross it and bring it on top of your feet. I know that's complicated. So I crossed it over my feet so it stays. I can still feel that pressure in the band on my hands because of the pressure around the band wrapped around my feet. Then I'm going to take a breath in. I'm going to exhale, press that band down, shoulders wrap. Reach my fingers. If you want to, you can push those legs and feel yourself come into that upper ab curl. I'm using that reach and that back body to help me get here. So it's not that hard for me to stay here. And then I'm going to bend my way back in and down. Right? If the head up doesn't work, you can leave your head down. Exhale and just send the legs up. Find that length. Inhale back down. Your other option would be to put your head on the squishy ball behind you if you want to feel what it's like with the head up, and lifting alone is too hard. So exhaling, press, inhaling, and exhaling, press. Right. Find that length, find that back body. Inhaling back in. Exhale and press, wrap. Inhale. And exhale, press, wrap. Inhale, one last time. Exhale, press, and up. And inhale. Nicely done. Let's go ahead and untie our feet from the band. Sorry for wrapping it up so much. But hopefully you're starting to see the connections in all the different parts to make us gain length. So we're going to flip onto the belly and find length. This way you want to take your roller and bring it up towards where your hands are going to be so it's available. So here, we're gonna start not with the upper body, we'll give the upper body a rest for a moment. We're gonna start with the lower body. So you're gonna just relax the shoulders down your back, stretch your legs long, feet and toes long. Great. And then from here, I'm gonna find length in my tailbone. How? I'm gonna actually stretch that spine long with just a positional thing. So I'm not really trying to work too hard in my muscles here, just trying to create some space in my lower back. Keeping that, I'm going to stretch both feet long, my right one, and then my left one. Right, I'm going to stretch my right foot, stretch my left foot, stretch my right foot, stretch my left foot, good, stretch my right foot, and stretch my left foot, and then I'm just gonna kind of lift up and settle myself back down. Press both bones into the floor, pubic bone and both hip bones. I'm gonna keep that pressure and try and lift up my right leg. Pressure even on both sides and then down. Keep pressure and left leg. And down, keep pressure, right leg. Down, keep pressure, left. And down, keep pressure, right. And down, keep pressure, left up, and down, keep pressure, right, down, and pressure, left, down, good, both together, up, and down, keep going, keep that length, reach those toes long, and down, keep going, up, and down, keep going, up, and down, and up, and down, up, and down, up, and down, and up, and lowering down. Nice job. So here, I'm gonna have you bring that roller into action. And if your shoulders don't love the roller here, you can do it without the roller for sure. We're gonna take our thumbs, hands onto the roller at the forearm, somewhere along your forearm. Thumbs up to the sky. I'm just gonna take a moment and let my shoulders stretch. So I'm gonna stretch the arms away from me as much as I can get them to go. Let them just stretch. Don't worry about everything else. You can rest your forehead down so you're not feeling like your neck's getting tense. Great. Now I'm going to hold that length and I'm going to stretch my feet in the opposite direction. So fingers reaching long, feet reaching long, my quads tighten, my legs are stretching, my low back is stretching long. Great. And I'm going to relax. Let the shoulders roll in a bit. I'm going to press away, toes long, arms long, everything reaching far away. And then I'm going to relax. And exhale, stretch it long, hands long, feet long, keep reaching, good, hold. And relax, okay, ready? We're going to take it a step further, stretch away. Reach, what do you feel like wants to happen here? If I can keep stretching, my legs are going to just float off the floor. I didn't lift them, I just stretched them and they floated. Keep reaching those hands away, keep floating those legs, stretch them on so they float, and now everything comes back down. Can you find that a little more quickly? Stretching long, stretch those legs long, float the body up, release, great, reach long through those arms, legs reach long, float up, and back down, great. Keep that sensation. It should feel really good, that stretch long to lift the legs. We're going to use that, but now we're going to shrug the shoulders into their sockets. So I'm going to pull towards me with that roller and release it down. Just focus on that upper for a moment here, pulling in, reach away, and pull it in. Keep pulling it in. I'm going to let my head float. Now I'm going to reach my head long as my shoulder blades travel down my back. So I have really nice control. I'm in kind of a baby swan here. Yes, keep reaching that head long. Great, relax it down. One more time, just like that. Exhale, shoulder blades down. I'm creating space. My head, the back of my neck gets long. Hold there. I'm going to stretch those legs. Keep stretching those legs now. They're going to float off the floor with the nice length I had before. And everything goes back down. Arms roll away, body down. Exhale, shoulder blades down. Come find that baby swan, shoulder blades, neck is long, legs stretch and float. Beautiful. Hold that. And slowly back down. Two more. Exhale, shoulder blades down, neck is reaching, and floats. And back down. And one more time. Everything reaching. Okay, I could do this one all day. It feels so nice to be in this position. It feels so controlled and strong. And slowly back down. Good. Let's dig your elbows into the floor. You can press your way up onto hands and knees for a moment into kind of a child's pose. You're welcome to have your hands on the roller if that feels okay for you. And if that's too much, you're welcome to take them off. I'm gonna let my head drop down, hollow my belly, and sit myself back towards my heel. Holding a nice breath in here, and then exhaling. Great. Another breath in. And exhale. Okay, I'm gonna unroll my spine coming upward to the sky. Hands on top of my roller here. Great. Wrap those shoulders under. Again, you're welcome to use the roller or not use the roller, whichever you prefer. And we're gonna stretch one leg out. Holding strong there, and if you can, the other one to match. If that's too much, you're welcome to stay on your knees as well, finding the plank. So here, none of our things change, right? I'm reaching those heels back, but I'm pulling my head long. Shoulder blades slide downward, belly's lifting and holding strong in the middle of that. Right, so reaching back through my legs, heels reaching, back of the neck reaching, pushing away from that floor. Another breath in. And exhale, reaching. Keep reaching heels, reach your head. Great. And then you can go ahead and bring those knees back in underneath you. We're going to turn sideways here. Great. And if you're not too sensitive on your ribs, you'll keep the roller. If you are, we'll switch to the ball. So your choice. I'm going to take my hand over, bring myself onto the roller here with kind of that shoulder blade. And just take my other arm over the top. So I'm going to just stretch myself over this way. Take my top leg, stretch it long. So I'm reaching that top leg along. I'm reaching the hand long. If you have room to also stretch your top bottom leg, you're welcome to do that too. And we're going to just take a big side bend over. Breathing in. And then exhaling, so letting those ribs move. Breathing in. And exhale. See if you can open a little bit up to the ceiling. Just a little bit, creating more stretch there. Sorry, in the diagonal. Great. And then you'll bring yourself all the way back in. And we're going to switch sides. So coming onto your side, either the ball or the roller. Finding you're really not on your ribs, you're a little higher. You're on the lat, the big shoulder blade, right between your shoulder blade and your ribs, or belly, I guess. We're going to take that side bend over. That top leg's going to reach back, stretching it long. That bottom leg, if you have more, can reach also out a little bit in front of you. Taking a nice side bend over, holding there. Keep reaching. So I'm reaching top leg back, I'm reaching top arm up and a little tiny bit forward. And then I'm going to just rotate a tiny bit looking up at the sky. Big breath in. And exhale. Good. Another big breath in. And exhale. Great. And then you can roll yourself all the way back in here. Great. Let's set that roller aside. We're going to work our way onto all fours and up into our elephant. So taking a breath in, exhaling, press those shoulders away, rib cage lift, tuck those toes under and take your hips right up with you. Doesn't matter, stay on your tippy toes for a moment, doesn't matter where those heels are just yet. We're gonna wrap the shoulders, find a nice, comfortable place to put our weight in those shoulders Head's reaching long to the floor. Now I'm going to start to sink those heels down. And I want to take as much weight into that back carriage of mine as possible. So heels going down, hips going up, belly lifting right up to that sky. And I want you to imagine that you're trying to pull your toes towards you, not with your shoulders, with your belly. Don't move your body forward, just pull gently with those toes. Release, exhale, pull towards you with those toes. We're creating more and more length in that back body. And release, and exhale. And release. Great. You're going to walk your feet back just a tiny bit. We're going to come up onto your toes, let your head drop down. And release those heels. Up onto your toes, head drops down. And release one more, just like that. Up. Great. Hold that position. We're going to coccyx curl your way forward into your plank. Great. If you need to go to knees, you're welcome to. And just hold really nice and strong. Again, finding that length in your body. Check in, make sure you're weighted evenly on all 4 points, both feet, both arms. Head's reaching long, heels are reaching long. Holding up strong through my center. Great. I'm gonna lift those hips up to the sky. Let my heels draw back. Good, we're gonna come forward one more time. Coccyx curl, unrolling, finding that length. Wrap the shoulders, open the chest. So we're getting a nice open upper back. Legs are strong, shoulders on your back, head reaching tall. Great. And exhale, finding that plank, shifting up and back. Last time, rolling forward here. Let's go ahead and drop to the knees. And we're gonna try doing a little press-ups if those are okay for you. If not, you can just hold plank. If you can, you're gonna go down, touch the floor, and work your way back up. We'll try to do 10 here. 2. And if you can't, you just hold, or you do what you can. Or if you need to go down and then wiggle your way back up, that's okay too. All right, we're almost there. You got this. Good. Keep those head long, shoulders on your back. Good. One last. Great. Bending backward into your child's pose. Let your hips stay up and just work on opening those shoulders. Thumbs can roll up to the sky. Big breath in and exhale. Good. Relax the neck. Another breath in and exhale. Slide those arms in a little bit. Tuck the toes under. We're going to lift the hips one more time. Work your way back towards your feet. Keep your spine in its neutral. Press the thighs away. And bring yourself up. Big inhale up to the sky. And exhale down. Okay. Well done. Hope you feel long and connected. And I look forward to seeing you again very soon.